What's happening? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Well, today's video is gonna be 5 things I hate about my Jeep Wrangler JK. All these things are going to be applicable from 2014 to 2018 across pretty much all the models. This one here is the Sport S, and we're going to go start at number 5 being the least important and work our way all the way up to number 1, which is going to be the hugest thing I hate about this Jeep. So starting off with number 5, we're going to go to the interior. And like I said, for a 14 to an 18, the first thing I'm going to have an issue with is this radio. Chrysler products came out with the 8.4 Uconnect somewhere back in 2011 or 2012. So to still be putting this basic of a radio in these Jeeps in 14 to 18 is kind of unacceptable. You could spend $1,000 and get the other version, which was a little bit nicer, but I had that in the Grand Cherokee and that froze up and lagged bad too. So it's not much upgrade from the radio that's in here. The only good thing is you got the aux jack, so at least you can get your music through the radio that way. But I mean, no Bluetooth or nothing, which, like I said, for 2014 to 2018 Jeeps, it's pretty poor. And like I said, the $1,000, $1,100 radio upgrade is, in my book, not worth it. Like I said, I had one in a Jeep Grand Cherokee and it's not much better. It's minor, but we're starting with number 5 and working our way up the list. So, moving around to the front for number 4, and you probably can already tell, maybe, number 4 is going to be the stock bumpers. I guess they figure you're going to probably replace them anyways, but that's no excuse. The bumpers on these JKs were trash. They fade out super quick. They're notorious for all those dents and dings. I'll flash a picture up here on the screen of what I'm talking about just to make sure you're familiar. But again, very, very poor and a little bit too much of a budget cut, I'm afraid. Like I said, again, I'm sure they're expecting everybody to switch them out to steel, but very, very poor. So that is going to be number 4. Number 3 is going to be these hood latches. If you have a Wrangler or driven one of these into a headwind or on the freeway past a semi, you've wondered if the hood's going to fly up and come right through the front windshield. The hood flutter is insane, and these rubber straps do need replacing. They last so long, and it would be definitely a good idea to replace them. Again, there is a solution for this, but from the factory, it's kind of poor. And when the Wranglers first came out, or Jeeps came out back in 1941, I'm sure that style was fantastic. But in 2020, 2021, this style leaves a lot to be desired. People these days are crazy, and this offers absolutely no security. Again, there's aftermarket options that go through here. They're very, very easily defeated. Basically a waste of your money. And most people, if you're buying a Wrangler, you're going to be using them remote places, overlanding, state parks, just anywhere. You park the Jeep, take a day hike, you get back. All somebody would have had to done was pop these straps, pulled a couple fuses, and you'd be stranded. A lot of the place Jeep owners will find themselves is without cell service if you're remote, up in the woods, hunting, backpacking, camping, overlanding, you name it. So there you'd be, no fuses, and you'd be stuck stranded. So number 3, hood latches, very poor. Moving around the back for number 2. And number 2 is going to be this rear window. It is almost the worst pet peeve I have on this Jeep. I wanted a hard top to begin with, but the deal was on this soft top, and that's why I took it. I could get a hard top, but for $1,500, I only keep the Jeep so long anyways, it really wasn't worth the money. The next one, if I get one, will probably have a hard top, and if I find a deal and keep this long enough, this may end up having a hard top. But to switch it out for $1,500 used, and even that's hard to find, a lot of people want more than that, but it's just pitiful. Again, if you're buying a Wrangler, you're probably in the off-road, overland, camping, hunting section, and 80% of your coolers will not even fit under this. So that's pitiful. We camp a lot, we have dogs. A dog crate definitely isn't going through there. And depending, even if you're out at the mall just shopping or doing odd errands, depending on what you're buying, it will not fit through here. And the rear doors are extremely small. So dog crate, anything big, I mean, nothing is fitting in there. So you're left with the resort of unzipping this window, which is a pain. And then you gotta undo all this. And if it's something small, you can just hold one side and put it in. But if it's anything big and you need 2 hands and you're by yourself, you got to completely roll that window up and use the straps to tie it up. Otherwise, it'll fall right back down in front of you. Then you can get your item and put it in. And hopefully it's not a rainy day, pouring down rain, snowing, cold, because this all takes a lot of time. And then once you get done with that, you gotta undo your top straps, roll your window back down, zip it all back in place just to get your item in. And then when you get home or wherever you're going, you gotta reverse the process to get it back out. So I'll throw another picture up here on the screen of an image I found on Google. It would have been a game changer if these Wranglers came with this style top from the factory. Hinged window, soft top, you could just flip it open like you would on the hard tops, put your gear in and out. It'd be day and night compared to this. Like I said, I mean, most of your coolers will not even go under this. Alright guys, and the number 1 biggest pet peeve about this whole entire Jeep that I absolutely hate is way down under here. 3:21 stock gear ratio. What on earth was Jeep thinking? I mean, it is a total embarrassment that they even sent these things out of the plant with that as an option. The 373s that were optional should have been standard, and the 410s either optioned or left for the Rubicon trim. But 321s should have never, ever been used in these Wranglers. It's horrific. Even in 4 low, it is way too high. If you've ever had one of these Wranglers, you'll know exactly what I mean. And then if you change out your tires to go any size bigger, you're just adding to the problem big time. Taller tires, I mean, towing package, a hitch with 321s. It's crazy. I mean, it struggles fierce. I got a 6x12 trailer I pull my side-by-side every once in a while with. It is... You're lucky if you use 4th gear. Empty on the turnpike, you're barely lucky if you use 5th. I mean, if it's downhill, you may use 6th, but that is about all. It's basically a 5-speed. And even then, 1st gear is extremely high. Start out from a red light or up a hill or whatever, it's just way, way, way too tall. So Jeep definitely failed miserably even offering that as a choice. Well, there you have it, guys. That is my top 5 things I hate about this Jeep Wrangler. Overall, the thing has been great. Like I said, the number 1 is my biggest complaint, them 321 gears. Again, you can change them out. It's very expensive. And it's something that, obviously, it's a Wrangler. It should have came 373s as standard equipment and 410s as a factory option. So, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any other things you hate about your Wrangler or would have organized rating here differently. So again, if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Any questions or comments, you can drop them down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to keep these videos coming. You can also follow me on Facebook. The link is in the description below.